Welcome back to Adventures with the Romance Author, me. And today we are going to try Powertex. I saw this and immediately had to try it. So stick around. Hi again. So first off, I want to thank Bruno from Powertex Canada, who sent me this wonderful gift to try out in one of my artworks. It's ivory, universal medium, so it will adhere to things and harden them. So basically, today, for example, I will be using cheesecloth. I've already cut it up in strips and everything. And I'm hoping, if you can see that, to use it to embellish this work I'm working on. I'm hoping to add branches and things and all that to here. But that's a step ahead of where we actually are right now, because we must prepare everything for it, which means reading the instructions, reading everything about it. This is amazing. I think I would have a riot using this on the regular. You can adhere it to statues. You can make your own statues. You could make 3D art. You could do anything. And we're going to explore those avenues in multiple videos. But today, it's for a painting. So I'm going to open it and stir it. It says stir it because it needs stirring from the bottom stuff, and then give it a shake. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, first things first. Jewelry. It will stick to any porous surface. Everything but plastic, okay? So I'm going to use gloves because my bracelet can't come off. So it's easier this way. And also I find having some like baby wipes or those cleaning wipes around, a great idea to help clean up when necessary. So I am using great value disinfecting wipes just to have on hand. Okay, so we've stirred and we've shook, and so now we're going to put the medium, the Powertex, in a container so that we can wet the strips of fabric, the cheesecloth, and place them on the painting. So you need to saturate those pieces of fabric. So that's why we'll pour some in here so we have a good, area big enough to get in there and get everything covered up. Okay, we can always add more if we need it, not a problem. So we're just going to put that over there. Now this is going to be in here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to be putting pieces of the cheesecloth in there, and like I said, I pre-cut them. Now I'm going to just move this, and this going on this painting, and I'm going to try to make like oh goodness, branches. Excuse me, a little bit of a cold. Branches going off, which I will paint after it's dried. So here we go. Okay, so it says to saturate the pieces in the Powertex medium. And this is hardener, so fabric hardener, sculpting all kinds of things. And then take off the excess. So you got that. Now I'm going to move this aside so I can move the painting in so you can see it in work, in action. So I made some lines on the board ahead of time of where I want the branches to be. So you can see I'm following that outline. And then when I get to the edge, I'm just doubling back. It's not going to matter. And then kind of scrunching it up. I'm going to make sure I want it to have that tree bark look. Even if it goes off the edge here, that's okay. As long as it's on the side of the painting, right? And then I'll grab another piece and get it saturated. And the Powertex comes in multiple different colors. The one I asked for is ivory because it's pretty well, you know, the easiest color to paint over and match to all the different uses I'm going to be using it for. I'm going to be using it for quite a few things in the future that we're going to do together. But like I said, this one thing at a time. And today's video, we're making branches. Okay, here's another piece. I'm going to try and put it on this side so that it's on this side. And this will go partially on here because I want it to reach up. There we go. And you'll see a little bit of fiber coming off of the cheesecloth because it's cheesecloth, so it has fibers. But that all adds to the texture once you get the Powertex on and going. So there's one more. And then I will do this all the way through until the end. Oh, darn cold. Of the painting process, so you can see what the painting ends up looking like. I love using mixed media, all kinds of different things. I love using, you know, acrylics and oils and oil pastels and pencils and watercolors. You know, I think it's amazing that you can use each one and versatile, you know how versatile each one is in different situations. Now remember, when you want to do, say you wanted to use acrylic and oil together, you got to remember the fat over lean method, meaning that if you're going to be using acrylic and oil together, the oil paint is fatter than the acrylic. So the only way it's going to work is if you use the acrylic first and then paint the oil over, because the acrylic will not adhere to the oil if it's the other way around. Okay, so fat over lean is the wording for that. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this and come back to you when it's all done and ready to show. Well, you know, all done, but you know, and ready to dry. Hi guys, back again. I wanted to stop for a second, show you guys that you can use like tools to put everything where you want it to be. I love the like haphazard, rugged look it's giving. So this is going to be nice. But just want to make sure you know you can use tools. Just make sure and wash it up afterwards. Like warm soapy water will clean this. So we have everything I want to cover covered. I was considering more limbs up here, but I think a sunset or a sky would be nice. So I'm going to leave that top part open, and I can show you what we have so far. It's quite big, so there. And then the reason I didn't finish my bird was because, well, obvious reasons. It was just going to get messy through this process. Anyway, we're going to let that dry for 24 hours, and then we'll be back. Now I'm going to wash everything down with soap and warm water. Okay, guys, here it is. I just moved the camera off of the tripod. And now we're going to let that dry up and make it look like a tree. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And we used about half of that bottle, or a little less than half. I'm just feeling it. So I can't wait to see how this is going to come out. So excited. So yeah, you can see where I was planning on putting other branches, but I think it would be too much texture, because we already have the tree and then the branches coming out. So I think that's enough. See you tomorrow at 24 hours. Welcome back, loves. Okay. Our fabric is hard. Oh my goodness, look at it. Can you see? That's the cheese fabric. And then the Powertex on top, or throughout. But oh my god, it's great. And I expected it to be darn heavy when I picked it up, but it wasn't that bad at all. Just light. So next step, painting. And I just did a crap ton of taping. So, and then we'll cover him up and begin painting this to hopefully look like bark. Oh, and if you see here, I use some of it, the Powertex, to just put on with a trowel, like a painting knife, and just give it texture, because I love texture paintings. So I put that on there to add a little more dimension to what's under there, to the actual canvas. Let's paint. So first off, I think what we should do is do a base coat of brown before we even consider details. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this burnt umber and a poofy brush. I know it's a old makeup brush, but it will get into the little pieces so much easier, little cracks and stuff. And then I have other brushes for more intricate work. So first we do brown. That'll work. But let's speed this along, shall we? There we go. So I'm going to go over and check for any spots that could have got missed. And boy, this old blush brush is the ticket. Oh my goodness, it gets into all the nooks and crannies. Loving it. Anyway, next we'll do details. Gotta let this dry. I have to admit to loving this Powertex material. Swear to God, it is amazing. I want to texture everything. I want to make statues. I want to make paintings. I want to cover the walls. Okay, somebody's got to stop me. Okay, back to the project at hand. The tree, as you can see, is good. It's brown. But now, as we all know, trees aren't only brown. They have different layers and different textures and different colors and different shades, and you know what I mean. So it's time to get out more colors and dry brush some texture onto this. Like, it really doesn't need more texture. What am I saying? Look at all the texture. But you know what I mean. Some color, some more color, some defining color. Go with that. That sounds good. Again, I am using an old blusher brush and not making it wet or anything, just dry brushing. Like it sounds, just lightly tapping or going over the surface to add some dimension. I think that's the word I was looking for earlier, dimension. Did I say dimension? Who knows? Anywho, as you can see, we're starting to pick up things. Things are getting there. And don't worry, any spots that got missed, I'm going back in afterwards with a smaller brush, make sure every little piece of the tree is marked. So I'm going to continue dry brushing and I'll be back. Ooh, look at the sun coming in. Oh, and by the way, I don't care who you think you are and how well you think you can paint. Tape it. I swear I would have made a mess of the underlying canvas and painting and work I've done if I didn't take the time, which took a great deal of time, to tape this out properly. So take the time, tape it. Take my word for it. Okay, I might have to close that window. There you go. Can you see better now? Excellent. I do see white little bits coming out, and that's okay. That's what the fine detailing will be. And I do have good brushes, so don't think I use makeup brushes for everything, but for big things like this and backgrounds and, just go to the dollar store and get yourself a bunch of cheap ass makeup brushes. Anyway, we're going to let this dry. Then we're going to with the lighter color. Then we're going to go and fix all the little holes that I can see that are still white from the fabric and the Powertex underneath. And then we'll come in with a darker color, maybe put some knots in the wood and stuff like that. Really make it look good. You know, do it up. Make it as close to what you think a tree looks like. So we have completed the painting with different colors to try to give it texture. You can see there's some lighter colors, some gray, some white, some black, some different color browns, and it's drying. So there we go, guys. Can't wait to take the tape off and see what it looks like, and then finish the rest of the piece, because there's a bird under there and a sky to do. And here we go, guys. So I peeled off all the tape, and look how beautiful that is. Did the work on trying to make it look more wood-like, the tones, different colors. I think it turned out beautiful. I love this Powertex. Wow, I am impressed. I love how it leaves texture on just normal canvas, and then you can use it with cloth and make beautiful designs, beautiful artwork. I will be using it again, and we will be visiting another project with them because I didn't use the whole bottle. So yay, we're going to make more. In the meantime, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and please be kind to each other. Thank you again to Powertex Canada for, sending me the stuff I used to do this, and it was very kind to them. I never expect anyone to, just hand out stuff, and they were so gracious. So thank you, Bruno. Anyway, I do recommend this fabric hardener. I do. I think it'd be lots of fun for crafts, and it's not a hard one to figure out. So bonus. Anyway, I'm yammering on. You guys, I'll see you again. Bye.